Yeah, so we move to our next objective. What we are going to learn today is I'm going to show you, as I'm showing you these several pictures on the screen. We have ATM. Look at these machines and ask yourself which one of the machines is a robot. So look at, we have ATM machine, robots, which is we have a robot for vacuum and delivery drone. We have automatic door and then factory robots. So these three, four or five things here, discuss it with your partner. Which of these things is a robot? We have ATM machine, we have robot vacuum, we have delivery drone and automatic door. Also, we have factory robots. So which of them is a robot? Take a close look at each and think about it. Thank you for your ideas. Some of these machines are indeed robots because they can perform tasks automatically based on instruction or information they receive from their surroundings. Others may simply be automated systems. As we continue, we will learn the characteristics that distinguish a robot from other machines. So, which of these machines do you think is the smartest? Have you ever seen any of these machines in Ghana? Which one would you like to have at home? Excellent discussion. Now that we have explored some examples, let's define the field that studies and develops these machines, robotics. Then, what is robotics? So when you say robotics, robotics is the branch of science and technology that deals with the design, construction, operation, and use of robots. So when you say robotics, let us begin by understanding the meaning of robotics. So robotics is the branch of science that is a branch of science and engineering that focuses on designing. So this one, building, programming, and operating robots. It combines several fields including computer science, electronics, mechanical engineering, and artificial intelligence. In simple terms, when we say robotics is about creating machines. This is when you are creating what? Machines. So the whole thing is about creating of machines that can perform tasks to assist people. Keep the underlying word. They perform tasks and assist people. The underlying word is what? Assist. They assist people. Think about a drone that delivers medical supplies, a robot that helps doctors perform surgery, or a machine that assembles cars in a factory. All these are robots of products of robotics. Robotics is becoming increasingly, like, as you know, day in and day out there are new systems coming out, and now robotics is becoming increasingly important because it helps solve problems that are difficult. Some problems are there, we cannot solve it ourselves, but this robot can do it within in a twinkling of an eye, some of them. And repetitive, like they are repetitive systems, so they can repeat things, they can do things continuously without getting tired. Dangerous, they are dangerous as well. Require a high level of what? Precision. So they require a high level of precision. You just don't sit down and decide that you are going to do anything just like that. Nah. As a technology continues to advance, robots is expected to play an even greater role in the health sector. So when it is as well as education, healthcare, we have healthcare, education, agriculture, transportation, and many other sectors. So now these systems are coming to help in these areas. They are coming to help. Can anyone mention another example of a robot or robotic system you have heard about or seen on a television, online, or in real life? So now what let's look at machines. Which which of the following names that you are seeing here is a machine? You have ATM, robot vacuum, you have delivery drone, you have automatic door, and factory robots. Which of them do you think is a machine? Take a close look at each one. Think about how it looks, it works, and what it's designed to do. Now discuss with the person sitting beside you and come up with your idea. Let's see. All right, thank you for your ideas. Some of these machines are indeed robots because they can perform tasks automatically based on instructions or information they receive from their surroundings. Others may simply be automated systems. As we continue, we will learn characteristics that distinguish a robot from other machines. Which of these machines do you think is the smartest? Have you ever seen any of these machines in Ghana? Which one would you like to have at home? Excellent discussion. Now that we have explored some examples, let's define the field that studies and develop these machines, robotics. What is robotics? So when you say robotics is the branch of science and technology that deals with the design, construction, operation, and use of what? Robots. So when you say robotics, they they are a field of science that is specializing in developing this kind of what robot that you have been seeing, all the cars and the machines, and then the industries ones that you are seeing. They are like everything that you see around you, the robots that you see around you, the things that you see around you which are being automated, or those machines, the field that they develop them or construct them or design them or that operate them is known as what? Robotics. In so as robotics is becoming increasingly important, it's important because it helps solve problems that are difficult, repetitive. They repeat things, and they are sometimes dangerous, as well as require a high level of what? Precision. As technology continue advance, robotics is expected to play an even greater role. Like, it has a role to play in our daily life in terms of education, healthcare, agriculture, transportation, and many more other sectors that are yet to come. So can anyone mention a word like another example of robot that you think of? Okay. So we have now learned about robotics as a field of study. But what exactly is a robot? What exactly is a robot? Let's find out. What is a robot? A robot is a programmable machine that can sense its environment, make decisions, and perform physical actions automatically or with limited human control. So the key words here or key characteristics about robot is what? Sensing. It has sensor. It sense something. A robot can sense something. So for example, you can see a car moving. It sense something, and that car can trigger a brake on its own. We have a thinking. It think, so it processes information and acts. It moves or manipulates, and it is what? Programmable. When you say something is programmed, it means it follows instructions. It follows what? Instructions. So a robot is a programmable machine that can perform tasks automatically or with very little human assistance. So without your assistant, it can perform its tasks, but it sometimes need human to assist it. Robots are designed to carry out our specific jobs, especially those that may be repetitive. So the work that you keep on doing every day, that's dangerous to do or require great precision, you can just give it to a robot, and these robots may do it. Many robots can sense what is happening around them, like using devices called sensors. They have sensors. They sense what is going around them. They process this information using a controller or computer, and then respond by moving or performing. So um, with with the this so we have another example like educational. That's the classroom. We have classroom case coding robots and other stuff. We have domestic one. That's the vacuum robots. We have lawn mover assistant and extra. We have the security robot types, which is the used for surveillance. So nowadays you can see that some houses they have cameras around their environment. We have disposer, system bomb disposers, and other etc. These are all types of what robots that we have in our societies nowadays. So uses of robots in our in societies. So when you take the healthcare, you can see that nowadays performing surgery have become so easy. Doctors, when you go to high facilities that highly hospitals that have enough facilities and enough resources, you can see that they will not go and be stressing themselves in terms of what doing surgery. Now when there is a kidney problem or kidney transplant, they have a precision machines that do this works for us. Those systems that monitor our patients. Example, this hand wristwatch that we have been seeing, they are all types of robots because sometimes you have the wristwatch on your hand, and as you are going in, it will be monitoring your what, your blood pressure, etc. We have education, the teaching coding. So we have style of what coding as you are learning here. You have STEM kids and interactive learning. Agriculture, we have agriculture aspect. You can see that in the robot is in use of spraying. Yeah, we can now have drones that spray our farms and other stuff. And sometimes we have systems that analyze the soil. We have type of robots we use to automate harvesting, manufacturing. When you go to those who are watering cars and painting extra, there are a lot of robots now they use for these systems. We have transportation, self-driving vehicles. So you can see a robot car, then nobody is driving it, it drives on its own. Delivery drones and warehouse robots. We have home security, etc. Then when you talk of what are some of the positive impacts of robots, it's very important for us to know the positive impact of these robots in our society. There has been a high productivity because of the robots. Now work has become very fast. A work that can take hours now is being done in within a short range of time. We have greater accuracy instead of making mistakes and other stuff human being will be repeating. No, now robots are very precise, so they can move and they have reduced a lot of what errors that we cause. It's safer workplace because there are sometimes things things that we have been using and other stuffs. Now because of robots you don't have to be expose yourself to these toxic tasks and extra because they are robot this which can perform these tasks easily. Better healthcare, they support in surgery and patient care extra, like what I said, the blood issues concern the wristwatch help to for disability. Now we have a robot. They are even there's a robot that they are creating so that you can use it. Our sisters and brothers who cannot hear, they can use it and can hear. So this is a great achievement. We have scientific discovery. They explore spaces, oceans, and etc. So with this, you can understand that the robots have a lot of positive impact on our society, and we need to understand. We have to embrace it, and we have to go by its positive side. We don't have to be always leveraging on the negative side. We have to leverage on the positive side and make good use of it. Saying as day in and day out, there are a lot of things that are going to come out there. As we move on, you will see a different things. When you go home, you have to check and understand the positive impact of what robot. The robot systems, these systems are not built to take our works, but they are rather to increase our productivity and greater accuracy in our works, preventing errors and safer workplace to avoid toxic. So on our as we continue we're going to understand the negative aspect of it. Everything that has a positive aspect has a negative aspect. So we can see that the robots too, they have a negative aspect. Yeah, because job displacement. Nowadays, your father, your mother, or whoever who was working at a particular sector has now lost their job because now workers don't need to hire more people to come and work because there's a what robot there to perform these tasks. Sometimes cleaners, they could have hired somebody to clean the bank or whatever, but because of these robots, now people are not being people have been displaced, and we have high costs. Buying and maintaining these robots is very expensive. In fact, if you get one at home and you are to maintain these robots, it's very expensive, and cybersecurity is risk. So sometimes people hack these robots and they are misused. So if somebody has been able to attack this robot, let's say when you talk of the our security aspects, surveillance and other stuffs, people are misusing it, and the ethical concern, who is responsible and respond when a robot is. So when a robot makes mistakes, who is going to be taking the responsibility? And then we also have the privacy issues. That is the cameras that we were talking about. Now everywhere, every angle, there's no privacy anymore because cameras are watching everywhere. We also have the e-waste. So now that old robots create electronic waste because we're not going to be used anymore, and many more. So now let's look at some of the how does this robots help us as a Ghanaians. Let's look at the real world examples of these robots as a Ghanaian. So when you take Ghana as a whole, you can see that medical delivery drones, we have the zip line and similar systems deliver blood and medicines to remote clinics faster than roads allow. So you see that recently there has been a zip line. They deliver blood. If there's a shop, maybe a hospital need blood, they just send this drone and it's fast and it's easy to deliver. We have a smart agriculture. Drones and sensors help farmers monitor crops, spray fertilizers, and predict yields accurately. So this is some of the examples that you can think of in Ghana here that you have seen. Educational robotics in schools nowadays. In schools and our clubs, they have introduced coding. So now you can see that a lot of students are learning in this 21st century the skills early, because you want to go to class one now. Class one, a crèche child is now learning what's robotics. So you can see how these systems are changing in Ghana, and some of them are here. We are seeing it with our own eyes. So the future opportunities that some of them are also creating future opportunities in Ghana here, like local startups. So you see that university research and government policy can grow the Ghanaian robotics industry, because now more people will be these robot systems. Ghana has to create some of them, and we have to create more of them. So as we are creating, it's creating opportunity for the young ones who are out coming, and as well as you and I who are learning today. So as me, you can see that we are learning into it. You too, you get there, and when you get there, the more you are learning, you get opportunity to do something else that you think it is okay. So by the end of this objectives, I think we will pause here, and then our next meeting we will think about should robots replace human beings should robots replace humans in dangerous jobs such as mining, fire fighting, or bomb disposal. So this is your activity. You share it to yourself and think about it. In our next meeting, we will discuss about this in our next meeting. Thank you.